Good morning, everyone. My name is Sarah Holly. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a little minute. Thanks for your patience. It's good to be getting back in the groove. I've missed this. There's been so much going on in my life, obviously with pregnancy and all of the symptoms and emotions and things going on with that, but also just it's summertime, and summer I always feel like is quite busy. So I got out of the group vlogging, but I am back into it, so this is going to be fun. It is Saturday morning and it's going to be a fun but relaxed kind of summer weekend. So my mom's actually going to be here in just a few minutes. We are going to a fabric store to pick out some fabrics to be able to hand make into burp cloths, which is so sweet. She did that when my brother and sister-in-law had their babies and is continuing that tradition with us, which is really fun. And then after that, we're gonna go to the farmer's market. There's a new farmer's market that just opened up fairly close to where we live, and it's much smaller than the like big farmer's market that they have kind of central to town. And then my nephew has his third birthday party, just a family get together today, which will be good too. So anyway, and then honestly, tomorrow is a wild guess. I would love to go up to the cottage and be out on the water, but we potentially are gonna have someone stop over tomorrow, so I might not be able to do that. So we're both gonna find out what my day looks like tomorrow as we live it, which will be great. Let's go shopping. Actually, before we go, I thought I would give you a little outfit of the day as well as a bump update. So this is a dress I got on Amazon. I've been really wanting to get an athletic dress, and I actually like ordered and tried on a few, and I just never felt like they were right. I'm a tall girl, I'm 5'9", so part of it has been like length, so I liked that this one, it's still short, like it just barely covers my butt, but it's, you know, long enough. And then I also wanted something that was fairly loose to fit my belly as it grows. So here's the bump. I feel like even in this, it's a little bit hard to see. I honestly am not showing a ton. I'm 23 weeks this week, but if I'm wearing tight fitting clothes, like even, I'm gonna show you, I'm wearing the like under shorts of this. Like if I do this, it's very obvious what that I'm pregnant, but anything that's like somewhat loose fitting, it's, you know, you think it's possible, probable. Maybe a little bit later or tomorrow I can give you some like baby updates. We know the gender now. Baby has started kicking. It's all coming together. So we won't do that right now. Let's go shopping, but then we can chat baby stuff later. All right, this is our selection. We're specifically looking for flannels, and they've got all sorts. I would say that I am definitely not too kitschy with the things that I'm looking for. Like, I think some of these things are cute, but I would just never want, like, I don't think I would use it. Like, this is very cute, but just a little too kitschy for me. So we'll see what we find, but there's, I mean, look at how many options we have. And then this side too. Since we're having a winter baby, I'm feeling very torn about whether we do a winter pattern. I just think like these are so cute, but I don't think I'm gonna use them for that. Like that's cute too, but how long will you use it for? I don't know. It might be worth it. All right, we've picked out our fabrics. Got this one, very cute. These will go together. And then I wish this was like, you could feel this. This so and this soft. Will be a blanket. It'll be so soft. And then since we'll have a winter baby, we've got these two. And then some fabrics in the car. So Grandma Wicker's gonna
can't wait.
Sew them all up for us.
Be snuggling with that sweet little
so
baby.
So sweet. Look at this lace. Amazing. And I'm home. It was a really fun morning with my mom. As you saw, we had a couple of different stops. I'm really pleased with the fabric that we chose. I wish you guys could feel how soft some of those fabrics are. I'll show you whenever they're done. Then we went to the farmer's market, and I didn't get a ton, but I figured I'd show you a little bit of a haul because we also ended up stopping at a store called Kingma's, which is, I mean, you saw, it's kind of like smaller grocer, higher quality ingredients. I figured I'd give you a little haul. So from the farmer's market, I got some squash. There's a recipe that my mom used to make when we were growing up with, and it's not, I've seen other people make it, but essentially it's like crescent dough or puff pastry, some goat cheese or some cheese of your preference, and then sort of medallions of zucchini and yellow squash, and it's so good. I haven't had it in a very long time. So when I saw these and I was with her, my brain like triggered it. And so I'm gonna make that probably tomorrow. So I got some of these. And then the only other thing I got from the farmer's market was bacon. I'm really trying, I've said before on this channel, I'm really trying to cook more local organic. And the bacon was fairly good price. So I got some of that. I've already put it in the freezer or else I would show you. And then at Kingma's, I only went for cheese, which I got, and some tortillas, which I also got. But I ended up getting all of this too. So what can I say? I got a multigrain and an everything bagel wrap, which I've never tried before. And the reason I got these is because I want to, my task for today, before the birthday party, which I have a few hours still, is I really want to meal prep some breakfast burritos. I have all the ingredients except for those things. And so it's a good way to use up some of the veggies in my fridge. I have a bunch of eggs. And then also, just really good meal prep and healthy breakfast for both Jonathan and I, because he leaves early when he goes to work too. So got some of those. I saw this San Pellegrino, I'm gonna come closer. Blood orange. How good does that look? Maybe I'll put one of these in the fridge and drink it while I cook. Yes. Because I'm not drinking cocktails or obviously any alcohol while I'm pregnant, I love a fun drink. Like, I love a fun drink. So those looked really good. I haven't had San Pellegrinos in a while, but I do find that they are delicious. And then also I got this. It's from their brand Toast, and it's their rosé, which is their sparkling white tea, ginger, and elderberry. So I will be excited to drink this on some sort of fun night. It is cherry season here in Michigan, and I love a fresh cherry. They're kind of high maintenance fruit, but they are delicious. So my mom and I said that we would split this bag, and then she left before we remembered to split it, so I'll bring her half later. I got onions. This whole thing was $1 in their like close to being ready to go section, and so I always need onions. Last two things, I love a nibble of cheese. I got these, this is goat Gouda with nettles, which is essentially just flavored herbs. I love a fancy cheese, and sometimes I just need a little snack. And then the last thing, I'm not gonna unwrap this, but I got smoked pork chops. I got smoked pork chops from a different butcher here in town a couple months ago, and they were so good. They were so good. So I am gonna cook this up with some beets and colored carrots for a meal this week, which will be delicious. All right, I'm gonna put this away, and then, like I said, my next activity is to start cooking the breakfast burritos. So I've cooked up my sausage. I just added the onions and bell peppers. You saw me whisk up my eggs, and now I'm adding one of the secret ingredients, which is cottage cheese. If you aren't a cottage cheese fan, you're really missing out. It's so good. It's really good for you, and it makes just about anything creamier. By the way, that San Pellegrino, very good. All right, I put in a dozen eggs, and honestly, it does look delicious. But the intention of this is meal prep, and I do feel like I could stretch it farther by putting more eggs in. And honestly, this whole process has taken kind of a long time, so I want to make it worth it. And so I think I'm gonna run to the store. I have a store very close to here, and buy another carton of eggs and probably another thing of wraps, just because it would be really, really annoying to make all this prep and then not have enough burrito wraps for it. Kind of a pain, but something to learn, that a pound of meat, whatever your meat choice is, 2 bell peppers and half a large onion really should be with like 2 dozen eggs. Anyway, off to the store, and I'm back. I've already cooked up the extra eggs and added it into the pot. I'll show you what it looks like now. I actually don't feel like it's diluted that much in a good way. Like, it's definitely made a lot more. I feel like the mixture itself is more, like there's just more of it. But I still feel like every bite is gonna have a good amount of the other mix in. So I'm really pleased with that ratio. Okay, so as you can see, still plenty of sausage and pepper and onion in there, but definitely fuller than it was before. I have a little less than an hour before I need to go over to my brother and sister-in-law's for our party. So I think I'm just gonna chill for a bit. I find that I'm having a hard time standing on my feet for as long as I have today. I'm gonna go sit down and just relax for a little bit, maybe read. And oh, I actually have some gifts I need to buy for people. I'm gonna go do that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Good morning, you guys. It's Sunday. It has been sort of an eventful Sunday morning. I found a buyer for a car today. We've been trying to sell Jonathan's Jeep Wrangler for maybe like a month, not super aggressively, but it's just been like posted on Facebook Marketplace. And we've had some interested people, but I got a message from someone on Friday that she was interested in coming to see the car. And I was like, amazing. We really do actually need to get on selling that. And she wants it, which is so exciting. Gosh, I'm so pleased. So I was not able to go to church today because the time that she wanted to come was during my usual service. And so I'm gonna listen to church on the way up to the cottage. I have decided I'm gonna go. I'm not able to spend the night, so it'll be an up and back, and it's about an hour each way, which is not ideal, but my parents are up there, so it'll be fun to hang out with them, and I don't have a ton of opportunities to get up there, honestly, so I kind of want to take advantage of a day where I can, and I don't have responsibilities I have to do today. There's always something to be done, but there's not anything I have to do, and so I think I want to take advantage of that. Go get some sunshine, maybe read outside, and just sort of relax for a day. Actually, before I go, can we talk about how stunning these hydrangeas are? I have a hydrangea bush in my backyard that makes these beautiful blues and pinks and purples, and I'm obsessed with it. I think it's probably my favorite, no, it's definitely my favorite plant in my whole garden. And it blooms for a while and just, oh, I have some dried ones. I'm sure you've seen as I've walked around the house. I have some dried ones too that they dry really beautifully if you don't keep them in water the whole time. So, oh, it's hydrangea season. I'm so happy. I've arrived. There, my friends, is where I'm going to spend the majority of my afternoon. Hello there. I'm officially at the cottage, and I sat and had lunch and hung out with my parents for a little bit, and now I'm outside catching some beautiful sun rays and writing in my journal. So I'm 2 weeks, I need 2 weeks to write. I'm 1 week behind, but it's a fun one to write because it is about feeling baby kick, so I'm gonna write that for a bit, and then I'll probably pause and find us a little place to just chat some pregnancy updates since I'll already be kind of in the zone around pregnancy. But it's just so beautiful out here. Look, you gotta see this. Gorgeous. I absolutely love it out here. It's so peaceful. I do think I'm gonna swim a bit today too because it is gonna get toasty out here real quick, but I made the right decision coming up here. I'm happy. I'm back. I'm inside. I was getting fairly hot outside, and my parents very sweetly came outside to spend some time with me, but I'm still a bit camera shy vlogging in front of other people, or at least my parents, and so I didn't feel comfortable doing this little segment out there. So we're inside where it's much cooler and probably less noisy, so that's a good thing. I wanted to just share a little bit about pregnancy and how things have been going for me, and yeah, just talk a little bit about it. I never really did a I didn't do a first trimester wrap up. So maybe just really briefly, my first trimester went more smoothly than I expected it to, honestly. When I had first started thinking about the idea of getting pregnant and what that would mean for me and how I might feel about that and how my body would respond. I am a fairly nauseous person in my general life. My anxiety whenever I am feeling anxious shows up in nausea, and I get car sick and motion sickness, and so I kind of just assumed that that would be a pretty significant part of my first trimester experience. And though I certainly had queasiness and food aversion, I really was very, very blessed in that I did not have very much actual true pregnancy nausea, like some of the things that you hear and some of the horror stories that you hear. I didn't have anything close to that. I never threw up. There was very, very few times I ever actually felt like I could. Oh, someone's coming in. And we're back. I told you I'd get so shy. Anyway, where were we? First trimester, did not feel super sick. Felt super blessed about that. I kind of just kept waiting for it to get bad and it never did. Other than that, symptoms that I felt in the first trimester, actually I could use this as a reference. I think I was more fatigued in my first trimester, but I wouldn't say there was extremes where I was so sleepy in my first trimester and then super energetic in my second. I think I've just been tired since getting pregnant, and now I'm just a little bit less tired than I was in my first trimester. Okay, symptoms. Super weird dreams. That is, I think, just now starting to alleviate now that I'm literally over halfway. I had weird dreams from the start. I talked about it in my first video. I'm still dreaming quite a bit, but they're feels less frequent, less weird. I actually have been dreaming about people I know lately, which is really unusual for me. So anyway, food aversions. My boobs got even bigger. I already had decent sized boobs, and they are significantly larger now. Breathlessness, classic bloating, gas type stuff for first trimester. Strong nose, strong smells. A lot of aversions that I had were to smells in addition to food. I could not stand Jonathan's alcohol wipes that he uses for his glasses. Oh, terrible. And then cravings wise, my whole pregnancy, I haven't really had super strong cravings. I definitely feel like I have had moments of craving more comfort food, that, or I've been more self-allowant in comfort food. So I've eaten more mac and cheese, like Annie's mac and cheese, than I probably traditionally would have. I don't know if I've said this before, but the two things when people ask me about my cravings that I will tell them is that I love ice water now. Almost as soon as I got pregnant, I started loving the taste and satisfaction of ice water, where in the past I would literally ask people not to put water in my ice because I didn't like how cold it was. Or wait, ice in my water. So, but now it's so satisfying. So I drink really cold water now, and I drink a lot more of it. And then fruit, which again, classic pregnancy hydration commentary, but I really, really love fruit. I've been eating a lot of fruit, and I find fruit just very satisfying. And so I've been eating a lot more fruit since getting pregnant. Okay, second trimester was really special, hearing baby's heartbeat. I definitely remember going in and this was first trimester still, but going in and seeing his heartbeat on our first ultrasound and just having that moment of relief and how strong it was. And then later actually getting to hear it too was really special. And then every ultrasound since then, I totally understand why people love ultrasounds, because they're reassuring as long as you're getting good news. And it's just this validation sort of this little life that you're creating, and that things are going well. And yeah, that was really special. I will say one thing that I don't know that I've commented on yet in this video is we did go on a baby moon. We went to Portugal and Spain. we knew we wanted to go to Europe, but we waited until we knew that we were pregnant to book it because I really wanted to hit the sweet spot in my second trimester of like early second trimester, essentially. That was really fun and beautiful and everything I was hoping it would be for a baby moon. So I really enjoyed that. I mentioned breathlessness, feeling it. Okay, gender of the baby. I'm sure I've slipped up already as I've been talking, but we're having a boy. And I found out the night before Mother's Day, which was actually very special. We did the early genetic testing, and that testing included a blood test that would tell us the gender. I personally knew, even before I got pregnant, that I would want to find out the gender. I am a planner at heart, and with it being our first, so we're like starting from scratch on all the baby things, and just generally wanting to feel a level of connection with this baby. It's been really helpful, and I really wanted to know the baby's gender. And Jonathan was, I think he would have been open to waiting if I had wanted to wait, but was also very open to finding out if I wanted to find out. So I found out we were having a boy the night before Mother's Day. I was by myself, so I was actually up here at the cottage. My parents were up here, but Jonathan's working, so he wasn't even with me, which ended up being very sweet because I found out right before I was going to bed. I was laying in bed checking my email, and I was able to kind of take a moment just completely by myself and like pray and sort of offer whatever it would be to the Lord, and just sort of pray through like very open-handedly whatever that would be like and whatever the results were going to be, and just pray over baby. And there was something very tender about that. So anyway, found out it was a boy. My whole brain cracked open immediately. I did not expect that to happen, but I found out it was a boy, and I felt like in that moment I saw my whole life ahead of me. This sounds really dramatic, but I mean it to be sort of dramatic because that's how it felt in the moment. I felt like my whole life, like I could picture this boy toddler running around. I could picture soccer games and sports games growing up. I could picture him with his friends, him starting to date. I could picture his graduation, and then like him getting married and being this man, and like I felt like I sort of felt like the future of my life became more set in stone in a way that, yes, every life is different and there's no guarantee, and I like completely understand that the traditional track of people's lives, regardless of gender, does not always happen, and I understand that. But yeah, it really felt like writing something in stone that for so long had sort of felt like this ambiguous potential future. The undercurrent of my life has kind of just been written. I don't know if anyone will understand. If you understand this, please like comment below and tell me I'm not crazy. But yeah, I did not expect that. So I do actually talk about it. It feels like my brain cracked, and I could like see like shining light through the crack. I could see even to my future. Anyway, more than you asked for, but you got it. We started telling people a lot more as the end of my first trimester and beginning of my second trimester happened. So that was really fun. I told my boss it when I was 12 weeks, and I told my team that I lead at 13 weeks. And everyone was really happy for me, and that was all very sweet. And it was just nice to not have it feel like a secret anymore. I have not felt wild hormonal fluctuations. I sort of expected to be more emotional when I got pregnant. And I don't know that I would say that I am that much more emotional. So that's been interesting, kind of a surprise to me. I wrote around week 19 that I'm having fun moments of, whoa, I actually look pregnant in this. I definitely feel like my belly did not grow at the pace I expected it to, or even in people will make comments about how I don't look as pregnant as I am when I tell them how far along I am. And I sort of guessed that could happen because I'm quite tall. It was cute and just, again, started to feel more and more real as my belly started to grow. I still feel like at work, depending on my outfit, I do not look pregnant. Every week there's more people that find out just through casual conversation, or someone mentions it to them or whatever. And that kind of leads me to where I am. I'm halfway. I think I've already mentioned in this vlog, like I'm feeling baby kick, and that has been so special. Like I didn't expect to feel so much more bonded to him when he started kicking, but I really do. Like I'll actually find that I miss him if he hasn't kicked me in a bit. And that's so weird because we're together all, like we are one right now. I had moments where he would be kicking me for a while and then there'd be a while where he wasn't. And I actually felt the feeling of missing someone. Crazy. We have nursery patterns and colors picked out. Whole registry is pretty much done. So all the early stuff is pretty good. We've got showers planned for September and October. So those will be really fun to start feeling like we're celebrating with people and collecting things and getting to organize stuff, and all that will be a fun part of kind of the second half of the pregnancy. Yeah, that's the update for now. Thanks for listening. If you have any questions, comment them below. I'd love to have a dialogue about it. If any of you are pregnant, I would also love to know because it would be fun to be on this journey together. Let's go back out to the lake. I think I'm gonna go paddleboard with my mom. It's warm enough to want to be in the water, so I think we're gonna go do that. Okay, see you then. Whew, that was a good paddleboard. That was mine. We went all the way out past that island to a channel out and around and then back. So, good workout. That's about as much energy as I have to exert for the day. What do we got going on the grill?
We have some pork, and potatoes, and some onions.
A Greek dinner.
It's gonna be awesome.
Delicious. A work of art. Look at all that. Wow. All right, you guys, I am officially home. Just packed my bag for work and I am gonna call it a night. I'm very tired, and actually Jonathan just got back, so I think we're both gonna call it a night. Thanks for hanging out with me this weekend. I had a fun time. It was really nice getting some time at the cottage in addition to some fun time yesterday. So lots of together time with my parents this weekend, which was not really the plan, but was a good way to spend the weekend. So I hope you've had a good week and a good weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.